Well, looks like we're gonna do an early season preview of losing a Monroe. Oh my God! Like it's but no worries. We'll be previewing better games for you. We promise you that. Because
Well, I can tell you this. I mean, La Monroe, who when I played against them, they used to be Northeast Louisiana. They used to be the Indians, but then we had the political wokeness of the now they're the Warhawks, whatever the crap that is. Um, anyway, I played against them with Bubby Brister. You ever heard that name?
yeah,
Yeah, old Bubby Brister was quarterback there. He was at LSU, then transferred to Northeast and wound up, I guess, Philadelphia Eagles, that kind of stuff. But he was quarterback when I was down there in Monroe. But I can tell you this. Um, I mean, this senior portal transfer university. I think like 2/3, at least 2/3 of their starters are senior transfers.
good
And
grief.
that's what's going to happen. I mean, that's not, a lot of these schools like La Monroe and other schools at that, Jacksonville State, UNA, other teams, Middle Tennessee. That's what's going to happen. These players that go through the whatever and things don't work out, they're going to use this one last opportunity to transfer and recreate themselves and that kind of stuff. But man, I'm gonna tell you that if you look at their depth chart, man, it is Purtle, transfer university.
Oh,
I mean, you look at their offensive line. I mean, offensive projected starters. I mean, it's just transfer, transfer, transfer. You look at defense, transfer, transfer, transfer. Now, the good and the bad of that. Good is they're seniors. All right, so they've been around. Okay. The bad of that is continuity. They never played together. And so now you're going to bring them in. You're going to put them together for this amount of time and expect them to show up against Alabama. And who knows? It may work. Somewhere it's going to work. There's going to be a team that's going to be transfer portal university and 2/3 of their team, and they're going to upset somebody. But that's going to be a 1 in a million shot. But La Monroe, all right, we'll see.
yeah. I mean, it's just like
Hey,
spoiler.
they got a history against Alabama.
Oh yeah, oh
I
seven.
was there.
Uh, oh seven sucked.
Mm, I was there.
Oh man, but we'll definitely. But don't want to call it early. But that's a 49-3 victory.
I, and we talked last week about home game winning percentages and the best and the blah blah blah, and then we were sitting there looking at the SMU and
Uh,
but Alabama's got an 82% chance of winning that game. So um, La Monroe, they'll get their big paycheck and they'll take their lumps. Maybe. Who knows? Crazy
oh,
things happen. People get injured. I mean, Tyrone Prothrow, remember that one?
Southern Miss, Sweet
Oh
Two,
my
oh
gosh,
five.
I was there at the game, and a former player of mine was on the sideline because he was a orthopedic surgeon, and he was there. He was based, in Alabama. That game was that in Birmingham? Was that in
Ah,
Tuscaloosa? I can't remember, but I was
Tuscaloosa.
there. Can you look that up? Was that
Yeah,
Tuscaloosa or
I think
Birmingham?
that was a Tuscaloosa. Yep, Tuscaloosa.
Okay. Well, he was one of the, where he was, I guess, interning. He was there at the game, and he was an orthopedic. And we saw it from the. I remember it was that same end zone where I was sitting with my wife, and saw it happen, and I think Brody Coyle was quarterback. Brody
Mm-hmm.
Coyle, and threw it, and we saw it, and I mean, it just his leg went. And then afterwards, I talked to my guy, one former player and everything. And he said, "Coach, he was the first one who ran up there, and he said that guy will never play again."
Yeah.
So anyway, but crazy things happen. I mean, injuries. You never know. Stuff can happen that change the dynamic because when that happened, all right, because it was the year before he had that crazy catch against Southern Miss. You
Mm-hmm.
know, held the ball at the goal line and that kind of stuff. And I mean, guy was a great player. Speed. He was one of those back then. You know, one of those 5'9", 5'10" speedsters, and great athlete. And it happened, and the whole the stadium, everything just went. Whoa. Everything just were stunned because everybody knew. Game changer. So stuff like that can happen, Jack. But I'm dwelling on that kind of stuff. Let's not dwell on that. Alabama's going to kick the fool out of them, and quarterback, if he's lucky enough to finish up the season and starting quarterback, more power to him. Let him run his yeah, all that kind of crap, and we'll see what happens. And proof's in the pudding. See if he can back it up. If he can, hey,